From this time that you watch this video, you are no longer settling for the bare minimum. Fun fact, you guys, I've never had a boyfriend. I've had situationships, but I have never been in a relationship for real, I would say. Sex. I know my family is gonna be watching this. We are keeping it real cozy today, you guys. This girl talk, this wine talk is why am I sitting like this? Look at the camera. Let me get comfy. Okay. Let me get comfy with you guys. Okay. Hey guys, so my name is Kiaran, Lanier, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Or if you're not new here, welcome back. And to all the people that have been waiting for a girl talk video, I'm back and I'm so excited to be able to do another wine talk with you guys. I'm actually, you know, I gotta give you the wine that I'm drinking, and I'm drinking Sweet Bee. Bleep. Sweet Bleep. Anyway, is this a rosé? You guys, if you see me looking over, I'm talking to my roommate, Brooke. Roommate and friend named Girl Yanni.
Moscato rose.
Okay, so this is a Moscato. And you guys, we're just gonna be sipping and talking. You know the drill. If you've already watched one of my girl talks, you already know. Let's get started. This is a mixture of a WWKD, which is what will Kiaran do, and just a mixture of questions that you guys had to ask me and wanted to get advice on. The first one is friendships. How to deal with girl drama, not being close with certain people within a group. So I feel like I've talked about friendships on my page before. Hold on, you know I gotta take the first sip. Yeah, so I've talked about friendships on my page before. And to me, honestly, friendships are very important. I feel like there's like a stigma behind having to have a whole lot of friends, or if you don't have a lot of friends and you're a loner or you're lame or you don't have a whole bunch of people, you know. But I mean, sometimes I feel like it's better to have less friends, if that makes sense. Like less friends and more acquaintances, because not everybody really deserves to be your friend, you know. Not everybody is going to be your friend. You're not going to be compatible with everybody. And as far as groups, I'm in a friend group right now, and there's about like 10 of us, 8 of us, about 8 of us, and you're naturally going to be drawn to another person over the other, if that makes sense. Whether it be like your hobbies that you like, different things that you can bond over, that doesn't make you not friends in a group. Just, you know, you have a stronger connection, a stronger relationship with another person in that group. Doesn't take away from your friendship. It's natural. You have a stronger relationship with them. So I mean, not being close with a certain person in your group shouldn't really offend you, because you guys should still be friends, but you're just not as close with them as you are everybody else. And this same person also asked tips on how to create better friendships. I treat my friendships like my family. You guys know I have Breland and Caillou, my 2 brothers, but I've never had a sister. And I feel like each one of my friends, you know, are like my sisters. I treat them as such. They, for the most part, treat me as such. Like we're just like, you know, a sisterly bond. So I think building that relationship off of trust, hanging out with each other, realizing your friends' boundaries, what they like, what they don't like, being a trustworthy friend, being a friend that they can be reliant on, being somebody that's gonna give them the real as well. You don't wanna be a kiss up kind of friend. Like if they're doing something wrong, or if you see something in them that you're like, look, you know, I know you have potential to be far times more than what you are, you know, get out of that bad habit, do this, do that. So just, you know, really just be a good friend and try and be a good friend to people, because friendships are very, very, very important. I was watching a sermon. I've talked about this in my other girl talk before, on pretty much how you can't go through this life alone. You know, Jesus had his disciples, and essentially those were his friends. Those are people that he was able to talk to. Those are people he was able to minister to. And just like us, it's important to, outside of family, have people that we can talk to and fellowship with and have fun with and cry with, and, you know, whatever the case may be. So the next one is not taking no for an answer and trying to build your career, never giving up. I think as I go through this like transitional period of my life, about to graduate from college, actually scratch that, let me tell you guys about a story. So if you watched my last vlog, you know that recently I got signed to Wilhelmina, Miami. And fast forward, this is before I was really doing YouTube. Freshman year, I was a little 18-year-old Kiaran walking the streets of New York, trying to get my foot in the door of different fashion things. Kind of, I think I had about like 38,000 followers on Instagram, somewhere around there. You know, not really taking social media that seriously, not, you know, just trying to figure it out, you know, freshman in this huge city, miles and miles and miles away from home. And I met with a lady who owns a mother agency, not the mother agency that I'm signed to, but a mother agency, and she was helping me, you know, and I went on a couple of interviews with agencies. I went to Wilhelmina, I went to IMG. You know, IMG is like the top big dogs. Like those are like the big dogs. And I went, you know, talked to them, and essentially it didn't work out. They didn't want to sign me. I was not in the size category that they would have wanted me to be in, or whatever the case may be, but I know it was about size, and I just don't think I fit their board. You know, they just weren't interested in signing a model that looked like me. Completely fine. I tried again the next year. You know, I tried applying to a whole bunch of agencies, online submissions, trying, reaching out to photographers out here, you know, just not giving up. You know, a lot of no's, but all it takes is that one yes. Fast forward to my sophomore year, I get scouted by the mother agency that I'm with now, Dollhouse Management, and she scouts me, you know. We try and get some things cracking in New York. It just unfortunately didn't happen. Nothing on her end, but you know, I just wasn't, no one was interested in signing me as a model. So modeling is something that I wanted to do for a very long time, and something that, you know, I never really let everyone's know discourage me into just being like, you know what, forget it, I'm not about to do it. Fast forward to now, I'm now signed with Dollhouse. I've been able to work with a couple of agencies. I've been able to get more, brands. I've been able to get more photos taken, and I'm still, by all means, still a baby model. You know, I'm still really just now getting into the industry for real and like professionally. Fast forward now, I'm signed to Wilhelmina. That first no wasn't gonna be my last time knocking on their door and getting my foot in there. So essentially, it's just to never let that first no, that second no, that third no, that fourth no deter you for doing something that you really want to do, because essentially God has the final say. And don't put the decision making in man. You know, don't let, just because they said no the first time or the second time or the third time, make you think that you can't get what you want and what you pray for. How to get a boy to like you. I feel like this is difficult. How to get a boy to like you. I'm just gonna say, let's say he already is interested in you and you're trying to, you know, get him to like you a little more, I guess. Be yourself. Honestly, I feel like if you try and be anything other than yourself, it's gonna catch up to you in the long run. And this person or this facade that you put up in the beginning might have been the version of you that he likes, and then you show your true colors and he's like, oh Lord. Who is this?
Oh Lord.
Anybody that can't like you for you isn't for you. So if you feel like you have to be something else or do something else out of your comfort zone that you wouldn't normally do, that's not the person for you. So just let, you know, the connection instantly just like be like a magnet, like you guys just click together perfectly, or like a puzzle piece, you know. Don't try and get a guy to like you. Yes, there's certain things that you can do that can make yourself more appealing, I guess you can say, like, you know, put on a cute fit and make sure you smell nice and make sure, you know, you're inviting and the conversation's good and you try your best not to be awkward. Or sometimes I find myself where I'm nervous and I get awkward, and everybody has their little like defense mechanism things that they do when they get nervous, but essentially it all boils down to being yourself, girl, and your Prince Charming will come because he's gonna like you for you. Your first fist fight. Guys, I've never been in a fight. I've never fought, so I don't got a story on that, but I've never fought before. I don't know, I don't have a story on that. Sex. I know my family is gonna be watching this. Please, you guys, click off, fast forward, because I feel like that's awkward. I'm gonna just put it like this. If you've never whooped before, take your time. Don't rush into it. Make sure it's with the right person, somebody you feel comfortable with. Don't do it because you wanna know what it's like, or you wanna be able to get into conversations with your friends and you wanna rush into it, you know. It's not all that. You're not missing out on anything. And this is from big sister to, or friend to friend, bestie to bestie, big sister to little sister, big sister to big sister, whatever the case may be. Don't rush. It's not that deep. It's not that fun. And I know you're probably like, girl, how are you gonna tell me? Like, da da da. But please take heed of what I'm telling you. It's not that deep. And there's so much more to whoop-de-wooing than a lot of people talked about. Being safe when you do so. Soul ties. Like, it's so much more than the time that you've spent freaking in the streets. You know, it's just so much more than that. You want to make sure, and I actually got a question on that as well from my friend Renaya. And she said, importance of safe sex and how unsafe sex can lead to feminine hygiene issues. And that is so true. I think in the media now, everybody just frowns upon safe sex, and it's important. You know, you don't know what somebody was doing before you. You don't know if you're in a relationship and they cheating on you and now you left with something for the rest of your life. Babies. a lot of stuff that you can avoid if you just, one, practice safe sex. Two, don't rush into it and don't just be doing it with everybody, because girls, your body is a temple. You know, not everybody should get to have or say that they have had a piece of you, and soul ties are real. So that's gonna be my talk on sex. But if you have yet to do so, or if you've had yet to have sex, please don't rush. It's not all that. Your first time is probably not gonna be all peaches and roses and fairies. So it's another thing, like, just don't rush into it. It's not something that I think is so overhyped. And yes, there's question marks everywhere. If you've never had, like, what's it gonna feel like? How's it gonna be? What am I gonna do? Just, it'll come. It's one of those things that it will come. That's all I'm gonna talk about though, because I know my family's gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, what the heck? But yeah. How do you deal with body image issues? I actually had somebody tell me the other day that I'm very hard on myself, and I couldn't disagree with them. I definitely feel like us ourselves can be our biggest critics. There was this trend on TikTok going around, like, it was like a filter or whatever. Let me sit up straight. See, you guys, we getting real chill. I'm slouched over. But it was a trend on TikTok essentially that was like, you would put a filter on your face and it would make you all like crazy, and then you would click it and it would go back to like your normal face, no filter, no nothing. And that reminded me of how, you know, when we look at ourselves in the mirror, and I'm looking at the mirror right now, when we look ourselves in the mirror, we see ourselves every single day. And body dysmorphia is real. Face dysmorphia is real. So you don't see yourself how somebody else sees you. So I think essentially it just boils down into having the confidence. And no matter what weight I am, no matter how I'm looking, and I'm speaking to myself as well, like, you gotta realize that there's so much more to beauty than outer beauty, you know? Being a beautiful person shines through your face, shines through your eyes, shines through your teeth, just your aura. And yes, you want your body to physically look nice. Being physically fit and then looking a certain way, I think, are two different things. If you're working out and you're getting your heart health, you know, making sure that your actual body and your heart, you're working out for that over the look. Of course you wanna look a certain way, but don't look at somebody else and make that the blueprint on how you should look. Look at your track record of how your body has been from when you were a preteen to now. If you've never been a size 0, it's okay to not be a size 0 and still be healthy, you know? If you are a size 0 and you've never been a size 4 or size 6, don't try and make yourself eat a whole bunch and do a whole bunch to try and get to that weight. Follow the pattern of what your genetics are, you know, and just try and be your most healthy self. I think that's a perfect way to put it, is don't really worry about the look. If you know that you can look really fit and you're not your most fit, then, you know, maybe you should get in the gym, you know, start to work out more, start to eat healthy, and get back to your best self, not somebody else's best self, you know? So genetics and different things like that play a huge role. Why is my phone not charging? Okay. Oh, hold on, guys. Oh, I know my charger did not just break, you guys. At 9 o'clock at night. Oh. My charger just broke. The show must go on. This next one is a good one because I went to an all-white high school and I know how it is, girl. Finding a boyfriend at a white high school as a black girl. First of all, you can't find them. They have to find you. Fun fact, you guys, I've never had a boyfriend. I've had situationships, but I have never been in a relationship for real, I would say. I feel like I missed out on like the homecoming and the prom, and, you know, getting asked to prom, getting asked to homecoming, which I did get asked to prom my senior year by a guy that actually didn't even live in my same state. We just knew each other. So I went to high school in Vegas and he went to high school in California, and he like sent balloons and stuff. He made it special. It was really nice because he couldn't physically be there. But yeah, I mean, I saw all the other girls, you know, have their boyfriends and, you know, go to homecoming and go out on dates, like experience all that, be caked up at the lockers, you know, if their boyfriend played a sport, go to their games and do all that. And then there was little old me, who was just besties with the guy and just friends, you know, still going to the game, supporting them as being their friend. But, you know, I never experienced that. And I would say you can't find them. They gotta find you, girl, you know? And don't go looking. And looking back on it now, yes, I would have loved all of that fairy tale, you know, young love and all that fun stuff. But I didn't miss out on much, you know? Because if you don't experience it in high school, you have the opportunity to go to an HBCU or go to a school that has, you know, a little bit more of a black population, to where you can potentially get a boyfriend or have just dating experience and different things like that. So, oh, I forgot, I didn't even realize I had my Bible in my notebook right here from church earlier. But yeah, guys, I mean, it's not all that.
It's not all that. And I'm mad because I've been bucked up about this. This is regular.
Like, of course, it's hard for me to tell you this now, me being out of college or me being out of high school and just out of that, you know, like want for that high school puppy love. But you'll get through it. You will. I did. You will. And the gag is, when you graduate, I can guarantee you, one of them is gonna be hitting you up being like, ooh, why didn't we ever talk in high school? Ooh, why did we never, you know, where were you? Ooh, you glowed up. I know it's gonna come. I know it, girl. I can almost guarantee you it's gonna happen that way. So just wait. That's gonna be the most key of it all, when you can be like, man, you weren't even checking for me in high school, and now you wanna check for me? Please. Do a talk on how to look put together and expensive. I got you guys. I'm talking about that on this week. So that'll be dropping on, I don't know when this video is going to drop, but that will be dropping on Friday the 12th. And I'm going to be talking about that on K-Squared Podcast, linked in the description box below. So go take a listen. If you came to your friend to have a conversation and they start screaming and clapping in your face, this is a WWKD. I would just be like, girl, you good? Like, what are you doing? I don't even know. None of my friends even act that way. So I wouldn't even know how to respond to that, girl. I would just be like, I'm trying to talk to you, girl. Can you listen? Like, screaming and clapping, yeah, girl. You might want to reevaluate that friendship, because I don't know. What would you do if you had a friend that you liked and both of you guys are really comfortable with each other, but they know you like them, but they're scared of commitment? Anybody that tells you they're scared of commitment, or they really like you, but they don't want to be in a relationship right now, I don't want this to come across in the wrong way, but 9 times out of 10, it's I don't want to be in a relationship with you. And that's just it. He's scared of commitment because he might not like you enough to hang up his jersey. And that's a hard pill to swallow for sure. It's terrible to say, and it's terrible to want to think, but any guy that really wants to be with somebody will be with somebody. You know, they will want to hang up their jersey for that specific person because there's nobody else that they would want to. So I know this is your friend and you guys are really comfortable with each other and they know you like them, but I would just say, you know, continue to be friends. And if you feel like you can't be their friend anymore without, you know, having this looming feeling of really liking them, then I don't know, that's just a conversation you're gonna have to have with yourself, essentially, because if he hasn't expressed to you that he likes you, it's just you liking them, and they know that you like them, and all they said is, I'm scared of commitment. That's the nice way of him just saying that maybe he doesn't like you, you know? That's the best way I could put it. If someone you like told you they were waiting until marriage, to me personally, I don't see anything wrong with that. I could be with somebody that said they were gonna wait till marriage. I think there's more to a relationship outside of just the whoop-de-whoop part, you know? I think you have to, if you're talking marriage, you're talking about longevity. You're talking about being with this person forever and ever and ever. So you're not gonna be whoop-de-woo and 25-8. You wanna be able to know if you have a conversation with this person, if you can laugh with them, if you can be serious with them, if you can have a good conversation with them, if you could feel like you never wanna leave their presence, that kind of thing. You know, there's more to a relationship than just the whoop-de-whoop part. So you have to ask yourself if that's something you would like to do. If you can be in a relationship without the whoop-de-whoop, then I see no problem in being with somebody that wants to wait till marriage. Moving on from a guy you've never dated. Please do it, sis. I need help. Just because you've never dated someone doesn't mean that you weren't in like a situationship, or doesn't mean like you didn't experience a deep connection with them, do all the dating things just without the title. So don't let somebody make you feel that just because you didn't physically date somebody with the title dating doesn't mean that you can't feel the emotions that you feel. You know, you could feel like it's a breakup without the title. So, I mean, just how you would get over a breakup. Time. Going cold turkey, essentially. And, ooh, I'm talking to myself. But just time. I think time and realizing that however that situation ended, allow that to keep playing in your mind. And if it was a bad situation to where they didn't respect you, or they didn't realize your worth, or they didn't realize the importance that you played in their life, or whatever the case may be, you like them more than they like you. Like, just know that you deserve somebody that likes you just as much as you like them. Somebody that will be respectful towards you, somebody that will pour into you just as much as you pour into them. So just keeping that in the back of your mind and just not letting that leave, because once you think about the bad stuff, because your mind likes to think about the good stuff, and your mind likes to go to that place of the good, happy, go lucky, fun, all that stuff. But then you gotta reel it in and be like, oh, I remember exactly why this ended, and it's because of this, and that. So don't let your mind go to the good place. Try to remember the reasons why the relationship ended. And 9 times out of 10, those would be relationships that required you to know your worth and to know that you deserve more than what that person was giving you. Everybody's asking me for a workout video, you guys. I don't have a workout routine. I'm boxing right now. I'm the type of person where like, I like guided classes. So yes, I'll be in the gym for like my weightlifting and building the glutes and you know, all that fun stuff. But as far as like a routine, I don't have one. But this winter break, I plan on getting back with Caillou. And if you guys don't know who Caillou is, that's my brother. And I plan on getting back with him and we'll make like a fun little workout routine. So it's coming, I promise. So let's talk about acceptance. Forget these people. Yeah, forget accepted by who, I guess you could say, because I've never been one that's wanted to be accepted. I've always seen myself as, you know, I'm a leader and I lead myself into whatever I want to do. And if you don't like it, if that person doesn't like it and it's so out the box and so what the heck, or not accepted, girl, forget these people. Do what you want to do. Don't feel like you need to be accepted to have friends, to have a guy like you, to be popular, to be cool. Like, be yourself, because 9 times out of 10 people are going to be drawn to your uniqueness. Like, dang, she's not like the rest of these people. Like, she's really herself. She's really dope. She has such a cool vibe and I really like her. I have to delete some stuff off my camera. But the next question is it always good to be a ride or die for your significant other? A lot of people get the thing confused on ride or die. Like, I'm gonna just ride this out because he cheated on me and I just don't want to like find another relationship and he disrespects me. And absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is, you done rode and died and rode and died and rode and died, like the video. Like, no. I think a lot of people get confused, like these people that they are with are the last fish in the sea. And I'm talking to myself too. Like, you gotta understand that there's so many people that you have yet to even meet throughout your life that you don't have to be a ride or die for somebody that disrespects you, or a ride or die for somebody that doesn't treat you the way that you feel like you should be treated. You should be treated like a princess. And if somebody is not giving you that princess treatment, not material wise, I'm talking about respecting you, loving you, hearing you, being there for you, protecting you. Like, there's so many things that come with that princess treatment that if you feel like somebody is not giving you and you just ride it out to see if they're gonna one day get it, no, girl, leave that man. Like, yes, it's gonna hurt, yes, it's gonna be hard, yes, it might take you 2, 3, 4 times, but essentially your self-worth comes into play, where if you're settling for something that you know you don't deserve, technically you deserve it because you're settling for it. So don't allow yourself to settle for the bare minimum. The bare minimum, no longer. From this time that you watch this video on to the rest of your life, you are no longer settling for the bare minimum. You deserve so much and you should hold yourself to such a standard that you're like, I cannot take this. If you're not giving me that princess treatment, there's the door. Because there's too many people out here, or there's just that one person that will give you that princess treatment and show you why it was worth waiting for that one person besides dealing with somebody else's BS. I ain't taking your shit today, no. You guys know I like my little runs. By now you should know that I kind of sneak in a little bit of singing every so often. How to let someone in. I know past traumas can really start to build up walls for people, and it has for me. As far as like trusting guys is a little difficult for me, because it's like, okay, what's your intentions here, sir? Like, are you here to stay, or what are we doing here? So I think just discernment. You know, my mom tells me all the time to pray for discernment, pray for that thing, you know, just pray for discernment so that you can really decipher, like, is this somebody that I should open up to? And even though like the game of opening up is so hit or miss, because sometimes you don't even know. Like, you could think that this is the person that, you know, oh, I can trust and I can open up to and I can let my walls down and let my guard down, and then boom, they do something to show you I should have never did that. So praying for discernment really helps in just realizing or figuring out if there is someone that you should be opening up to. Somebody said, I just love your beauty and your vibes. Thank you. I really like talking to you guys on YouTube. I feel like you guys are able to see my personality more. You could see what I do in a day-to-day, and just, I like it, I really do. How to stay single and happy. I'm single right now, and there are some days, of course, going into the holidays, like I want the matching PJs and the Christmas gifts and the different fun little seasonal things. But I think I've come to a point in my life where I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste anybody else's time. So I'm not really feeling you like that. I probably won't take it any further than a first date or whatever, because I'm not in the business of wasting anybody's time or leading anybody on, and I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me. And I feel like I have not really met anyone in the moment that I feel like, okay, well, maybe I'll give up my season of single, I guess you could say, to, you know, pursue a relationship with this person if they're feeling me, or pursuing a relationship back. Being in a relationship is a lot of work. It's a lot of like, you're not selfish anymore. Like, you're thinking about somebody else, thinking about their well-being, you know, just another person is in your life and you're thinking about what somebody else is doing, if they cheating on you, like just normal things that you're gonna think about while being in a relationship. And yes, it's a lot of high highs, but it could be a lot of low lows, and enjoying the time that you have with yourself, learning yourself, dating yourself, whatever your love language that it is. Take yourself on dates, buy yourself gifts, say positive things to yourself, you know, give yourself hugs, whatever. If your love language is touch, I think that's what it is. Yeah, touch. Being happy and knowing that you ain't gotta worry about nobody. You can close your eyes at night and go to sleep knowing ain't nobody cheating on you. Just, you know, certain things that come with a sense of peace when you are single, because you're not worrying about somebody. And know that, yes, some of those nights can get lonely, some of those days can get lonely, to where you're like, dang, I wish I had a boyfriend to do this with, you know, pampered and wine and dine and all that stuff. But it will come. I'm a firm believer in there's someone for everyone, and if you don't have it now, girl, you'll have it soon. Whenever God feels it's fit or it's right for you, or for him to bring your Prince Charming in, he will. And if you feel like you're just in a place where you haven't met nobody, or you just aren't vibing with anybody or meshing with anybody, maybe that's just God just keeping you away from the baloney of boys and just the mess and the things that can come with it. He's just gonna bring you that one person that's like, okay, this is what you've been praying for, and that same guy, this is the girl you've been praying for, and you guys meet up, and it's just all love. So stay happy, girl, because relationships are a lot. Like, they can be a lot. I be seeing some of my friends that are in relationships, and just the stuff that they gotta go through, and they gotta check up on people. I ain't got time for it. No. So just, you know, be happy in your season of singleness. WWKD, my friend's boyfriend yelled at me in my face for no reason. She brushed off the situation. First of all, I don't be looking at the boy like, I know you lying. That's my favorite phrase, you guys. I know you are lying, because you're not raising your voice at me. And second of all, I will go directly to my friend and be like, get your man, get your boyfriend. And then I will look at her like, this is the guy that you're with yelling. Does he yell at you? If he feels like he can get in my face and yell at me and scream at me, does he yell at you? And I don't know if me and that friend could be cool any longer, because if you let your boyfriend yell at me and get in my face and scream and all this stuff, we can't be cool, because obviously you don't have enough respect for yourself, because this is the kind of guy you're with. Can't even do it. Can't even do it. And I'm sorry you have to go through that, girl. That's terrible. That is terrible. Somebody asked me what my major is. My major is communications. Hence the reason why I like to talk. If you lost your car keys, guys, every time I lose something, literally my roommate Brooke can attest to it, I go into a frenzy. I'm just like, it could literally be like 1 o'clock in the morning, like, oh my gosh, I can't find this. And I cannot go to sleep until I find it. So if I lost my car keys, knock on wood, I'll be very upset and very frantic and praying until I found them, because that's just how I am when I lose stuff. How to not lose sight of who you are when you finally start reaping the fruits of all your work. That's very important. I think from a very young age, I've learned, I'm so thankful, and I say this all the time. I just find myself sometimes praying, just thanking God for the parents that he gave me, because I love both my dad and my mom tremendously, and they have taught me and my siblings life lessons that I'm just so grateful for. And one thing that my dad always taught me and my siblings was two things. Always be yourself and remain humble, because things can be here today and gone tomorrow. All these material things we cannot take with us when we are no longer on this earth. When you do start to, you know, like receive the fruits of your labor, it's exciting. You know, you start to get a little change, and you get to buy things you've never been able to buy before, and you get to, you know, do things or go places you've never really been able to do before. But none of that stuff came without the blessings of God. And you guys already know, I talk about God on this channel. I am a believer in God and know that all my blessings come from him. And I know that, yes, I put in work to get these things, but essentially this is what, you know, God has blessed me with. And I have to understand that everything is a blessing, and things can be here today and gone tomorrow. Like, literally, it's just like that, you know? One decision, one thing, one wrong move, one just life instance happens, and what you had could be gone. And it's important to just, you know, remain humble, remain thankful, and, you know, and ain't nothing wrong with going out to buy a little bag, go on a trip, go on a nice dinner, but remain humble and don't get too cocky, and know that it's not just you that is putting in the work to do this stuff. Trust, it is a blessing from God. Well, you guys, you lovely people, if you made it this far, thank you guys. You know, I love doing these girl talks. I love talking to you guys. I love just, you know, being able to sit down and talk like we're on FaceTime. And I hope you guys enjoyed too. Like always, please comment down below. I love talking to you guys in the comments. I love responding to your comments. That's my favorite thing to do, is just talk to you guys, engage with you guys. And I feel like that's how we get to know each other and build this family that we have. But again, thank you so much for clicking on this video, you guys. I love you so much. The next video will be a vlog, so we back to the vlogs after this, but I did want to give you this sit down and talk to you guys about, you know, a little bit of WWKD, a little bit of questions that you had, a little bit of just big sisterly advice that you have. But yeah, guys, love you so much. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family if you have yet to do so, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys. Cheers.